Hello my vampiric kittens! The headphones are back, they are charged, and we are good to go for the rest of today's recordings. We are continuing on with the main storyline mission, blackmail in Whitechapel. So we need to find Richard and also Clayton, so those are our next goals. I'm sure we're going to meet some other new people along the way, which means more chatting with new people. Hello, who are you? Are you friend or are you foe? Oh! Hello!
Forgive
a
my
man of God!
Do not apologise, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am
What
Dr.
about
Jonathan
immortals?
Reid, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Because the only belief you need is the belief in God. Science is heresy.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
You gonna tell us who he is?
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the
Samuel.
Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Holy Crusade, new investigation. Save Samuel.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
He'll be protected by God against all diseases and murder and danger. The hand of God guides him, blah blah blah.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Basically, if you ever get ill or any misfortune falls upon you, it is because you lack faith and you are evil. Otherwise, you know, if nothing ever bad happens to you, then you have God's favour.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The apocalypse
Beast
is
finally
coming.
revealing itself.
The end is
corrupting
nigh.
the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
It's so funny that he's stood here talking to Reid, who is a vampire, and he doesn't even know it.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
What? He wants to burn everyone? Mass burnings.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
So his plan is to burn everything, but then those who have God's favour won't get burnt by the flame. Resist the urge to call this guy an idiot. I don't have a problem with people that believe in God, but I do have a problem with people like this that just think that, like, God will protect you and all that crap. Anyone can get ill, anyone can have misfortune, it doesn't matter how much you believe in God and how devoted you are.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're
Seeing
mad
light is burning
and
everything.
dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My
Damn!
son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Oh, okay. Tobias believes the vicar of St. Mary's Church, Joseph Larrabee, is preaching a false faith.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city.
Okay, so we didn't seem to exhaust that text
I am.
route.
But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition.
Obviously that leads to a different choice when we unlock some more stuff.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Oh. Oh, damn. We only need one more hint and then we've maxed out all her stuff.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fibre.
Why? Because they are devoted to God and they're never gonna have sex. Fucking hell, this guy's a dick. Right, okay, I think that's everything now. So let's leave
I have heard enough for tonight.
this man.
Goodbye.
Resisting the urge to hurl insults.
Soon the time will come when you will all be judged for your sins.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby.
Not really.
reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Well, we found the reporter,
But
guys.
Perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Right, let's see the other options first. No newspapers speak about the epidemic. What are you doing here after sunset? No jobs for migrants around here. Not afraid of getting out at night. Let's go with the blue option
Christina
first.
Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I gotta be careful what I say to this guy. He is a reporter after all.
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
Okay. It's only logical.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Fair play. He's dedicated to his job. He's fatigued as well. There's so many people in this area that are fatigued.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Okay, let's ask this about an underground medical dispensary.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I care about public health. Well, that's probably the best answer considering we're a doctor.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby.
Yeah.
What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really?
Oh.
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find
I
him
wonder what he's
behind the
hiding in
church.
his house. Maybe all the supplies, I don't know.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Right. Find Richard Nethercott. Let's keep going, guys. Oh. Level 10, that's fine. Shit, there's loads of them! Oh shit, he got me! I'm getting fucked up, man. There's me going, oh, it's easy, they're low levels. Right, there goes one. Oh, fuck me. Jesus, that was tense. We did it in the end, though. Quarantine, keep out of this area by order of Board of Health Officer. I wasn't ready for that fight because we've had so much talking. I was like all chill. I was like, boom, fight. Get your head in the game, Kylie. Get your head in the game. Right, we're on 920 experience now. Alright, there we go. That's the guy I need to speak to. I think.
Oh, Camellia, the silent flower of...
Maybe?
Good evening.
I'm not sure.
I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet.
Poet,
sir.
yeah, there we go.
Richard Nethercott, at your service.
You found him.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
It's kind of a bleak way to look at things.
Peaceful? That's quite an unusual way to speak about the epidemic. And very inappropriate, I must say.
Yeah.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Well, that is true.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
Okay. I've got better things to do, mate.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about
Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know.
Oh yeah, she's the
She's a locked
florist
mystery who
that gives out
exhales
flowers.
kindness and sweetness.
Yeah, because we heard about her. She's the florist that gives out flowers, and she's mute.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
Okay. I don't know she'd just go with you. You're a stranger. If you're not prepared to get to know her and talk to her. Yeah, okay, I'll totally go with you, strange man who's never spoken to me before.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Okay, I think that's it. So let's ask. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him.
Petrescu,
At
that's
first,
how you
I thought
say
he
it.
was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Right, so I need to find out one more thing, right? Oh! Bronchitis. 40% loss of blood quality. Damn.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Find the mailbox and the letter. Door has been unlocked. Ka-ching. Oh, look. Small bouquet. A small flower bouquet with a voucher for a free medical checkup hidden between the flowers. Oh, it's the same one again. Oh, nice. We've actually maxed hers out. I just haven't met her yet. Oh, is that her?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the Penny Dreadfuls. I mean you no harm, truly.
Penny Dreadful was a great TV series. She's mute though, isn't she?
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Doesn't work. She can't speak.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
So is she not mute? She just chooses to be silent?
Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye then.
Okay. So, is she actually mute or not? Or is she just choosing to not speak? Don't speak, no. Oh, hello? Darius Petrescu's letter. Petrescu. Jesus, I think I said that wrong. My dearest, most beloved children, I'm so sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war, but there is also a war going on here in England, a war against poverty and against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight despite my advanced years. This is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Oh my god. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we sometimes must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now to feel useful. One more time, I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am as ever your loving father, Darius.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Right, so that should mean...
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Let the vampire in. So we should have maxed out Darius now. Yep, there we go, he's maxed out. You look so pale. Well, I am a vampire, my lovely.
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another. Please, Joe. How long do we know?
Right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode here and save entering the house of Darius until the next episode, because it's probably going to be a lengthy cutscene, and I'm not sure if some kind of fight will ensue or something like that. I have no idea. So, don't forget to like, comment, favourite, share, and of course subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave your thoughts and opinions on what took place in this episode down below, and I look forward to reading and replying to all of you. Also, check out the support links in the description, guys, if you want to go the extra mile and help to keep my channel around on YouTube. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Take it easy, and I shall see you next time, guys. Bye bye.